Well, good morning. Um, Tilitcho Lake, up that way, where I went yesterday. I just wanted to capture a couple thoughts that I had, sort of experiences that I had, pretty much yesterday. Not only has the large Indian group sort of adopted me. They all know my name. They all greet me. How are you doing today, David? I don't know any of their names, unfortunately. Uh, I've really only had kind of a longish conversation with one of them, and I still don't know how they know my name. Probably from my porter or other guides that have talked about me. Yesterday, I was adopted, I think, by 3 separate Nepali groups, including some sort of like young kids, just like out of school. Where are you from? Why are you hiking so fast? What's your name? How old are you? You're 67. Oh, you're the king of the mountains. And one of the groups, I went from being an elder brother in Nepali culture to being an uncle, which is like an honored position. I guess it's sort of like an honorary aunt and uncle, like it was when I lived in Hawaii. But it was very heartwarming to be so, I don't know, they were so interested in me. You're in the Navy. Oh, the Navy this, the Navy that. I mean, Nepal doesn't even have a Navy, but they were so interested in it. Anyway, I just sort of wanted to capture it. Stunning viewpoint, beautiful weather the last week or so. The extended forecast is very favorable. Going to be heading down to Kharka, another place named Kharka. I was at one on the Manaslu circuit, and it sort of means like a place where they herded yaks or something. We're going to stay in a village not as far as Kharka, but there's no room at the inn there, and so we're just going to have to like press on. It's going to work out the same in that we will be at the high camp getting ready to go over the high pass here. So I think it's going to all work out. But yeah, I mean, I still sort of have to pinch myself. I'm here in Nepal, and I get to experience this like in almost every direction. It's pretty cool. Okay, I wanted to recall one other conversation I had with the guide from the Estonian fellows, he's a Nepali guide. And as we were all getting ready, the night before we were getting ready to go up to Tilitcho Lake, I asked Kaji, my porter, I said, well, how long is it up to the lake? What is it, 2 hours? And both he and the guide for the Estonians burst out laughing. No. It's 4 to 5 hours. It's, but for you, sure, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever. But they just sort of burst out in hysterical laughter. And then the guide said to me, you have to be careful here because Kaji's, still young. He's never even been married. He doesn't have life experiences. You can't kill him on the mountains here, trying to keep up with you. I mean, it was all a big joke, of course, and that's the way they intended it, and that's the way we all had a big laugh on it. But Yeah, 2 3/4 hours on the way up yesterday. So, um, I, and I'm not trying to hike fast. I'm not trying to like hike faster than anybody. I don't do that. But I'm just used to, especially on the uphill. I just sort of like go. But so now the running joke between Kaji and me, is okay. You haven't had life experiences yet. I need to make sure that I don't kill you. funny times here in Nepal. Just another thought from yesterday afternoon. For a short while, I was going to have to share my room with another fellow from New Mexico. Happy to do so. He's just a few days shy of 80. Yeah, and he went over Kanga La, I think, which I think is like as high as the pass I'm going to go over. I mean, over 17,000 feet. Tough old guy. Yeah, he was very concerned that we shared a room because he had a cold and he didn't want me to catch his cold. So he kind of hung out for a while till they could find a separate room for him. But not only a tough guy, but considerate one too. Well, saw some old faces here. Harry and Joe from early on in the trek. They finished up on a slough and then went into Kharka. They were telling me a little bit about that. And they're now on Annapurna and are heading up. Also saw Pau from Barcelona. Good to see him again. And he's looking well. And so now I'm on you can see the valley here. We're actually splitting off and taking a line on another trail that doesn't lose elevation. So we'll go through a small place here in an hour. It has a tea house, break for lunch, and kind of cut across, not go all the way back to Manang, before we rejoin the main valley. So, and it's kind of, the character, believe it or not, of this trail is almost immediately different. It's not exposed, much more vegetation on it than what I've been on for the last couple days. Some juniper and some spruce, some bushes that are starting to turn color, reds and browns and oranges. It's very delightful. And rounding the bend, down there's Penang, where I was 2 or 3 days ago. And here's basically cutting off the shortcut and then heading up this valley to the pass.